All right, our next speaker is with 911 families, people that have been affected at 911. Okay, 911 families. And I hope you give a big round of applause for Mr. Ed Kowalski.
Thank you for coming. As John said, my name is Ed Kowalski. I'm a director for the 9/11 Families for a Secure America. I joined this organization about a year or so ago after my niece, Elizabeth Butler, 17 years old, 1 week away from her high school graduation, was raped and murdered by an illegal alien, Ariel Menendez, in New York State, who had prior felony convictions. All too often, we recently have heard politicians, most recently in Newark, Mayor Cory Booker exclaimed, "Enough is enough," at one of the 3 funerals held for the victims of the Newark schoolyard murders. In that same state, Governor John Corzine spoke to the people of Newark. He said, "As a human being, not just as your governor, I am here with a broken heart, a sad heart, a heavy heart. These children deserved better." We have since come to find out that one of the suspects in the Newark shooting is an illegal alien who could have been detained by federal immigration authorities after he was arrested 3 times on criminal charges and previously indicted by grand juries in the state of New Jersey twice before he committed these acts. In April, he was indicted on aggravated assault and weapons charges. In July, on 31 counts, which included aggravated sexual assault of a child under the age 13.
Ridiculous. Hang 'em.
It is misleading to say that this murderer slipped through the cracks in the system. He walked through open doors, doors that were held open by people who were elected to protect us.
That's right. Hang 'em.
Essex County District Attorney Dow would not answer questions about how Carranza was released on bail despite his illegal immigration status and charges earlier that he raped a 5-year-old and then threatened the child's parents. The assistant prosecutor in the murder case, now Thomas McTeague, said, quote, "Our focus is not and has never been his illegal immigration status."
Boo!
Wrong.
25 Americans on average a day are killed by illegal aliens. Folks, I'm going to ask you to do the math. That works out to over 9,000 deaths per year. Newark and scores of other cities across the United States are sanctuary cities. This foolishness restricts normal police activity and ignores how serious criminals are sometimes found through traffic checks and other routine acts of everyday law enforcement. The so-called sanctuary city policies of Newark, New Haven, Los Angeles, Houston, Hazleton, Pennsylvania have now become life and death issues. We have immigration laws in place, but yet we refuse to enforce them. Sanctuary city policies defy guidelines from the 9/11 Commission report, which called on state and local authorities to help federal agencies crack down on illegal immigration. On page 390 of that very same report, it said, and I quote, "There is a growing role for state and local law enforcement agencies for the enforcement of immigration law. They need more training and work with federal agencies so that they can cooperate more effectively with those federal authorities in identifying terrorist suspects and criminal illegal aliens."
Yes.
The four Newark, New Jersey victims, Natasha Ariel, 19 years old, Terrence Ariel, 18 years old, Iofemi Hightower, age 20, and Dashawn Harvey, 20, now join an ever-growing list of American citizens whose lives have either been forever changed or ended at the hands of illegal aliens. That list includes Mary Nagel, a wife and mother of two, raped and murdered by an illegal alien in New York who came to her home to do work around her house. Norfolk, Virginia police officer Sheila Herring, who was shot by a illegal alien as she responded to a disturbance. Police officer Rodney Johnson, a 12-year veteran of the Houston Police Force with 5 children, who was killed by an illegal alien who had previously been deported for molesting a 12-year-old girl. Jenny Garcia of Austin, Texas, was stabbed to death by a 20-year-old ex-boyfriend who was here illegally. Kimberly Hope was killed by an illegal alien in Delaware who wanted her car. Vanessa Horwath, a single mother, 23 years old, kidnapped, raped, and brutally murdered by an illegal alien from Guatemala. Recently, Danny Countryman, a 15-year-old girl killed in Oregon by 2 suspects, one of which had disclosed to officials that he was not a U.S. citizen after pleading guilty to drunken driving charges 9 months ago. And my daughter's first cousin, Elizabeth Butler, raped, strangled, and stabbed to death by an illegal alien, Ariel Menendez, in June of 2005. For those of you who haven't figured it out yet, the entire illegal immigration crisis we suffer is due to 100% from failure to enforce existing law.
Right.
No longer can any political candidate be silent on this issue. So those of you who are running for re-election or running against incumbents, be forewarned that silence on this issue is as good as being for amnesty and for granting of rights to illegal immigrants.
That's right. No more.
Government at all levels must make the prosecution and deportation of law-breaking illegal aliens a top priority. This includes drunk driving as well as theft, rape, and murder. All foreign prisoners eligible for deportation must be shipped home at the end of their sentences, not released onto American streets to commit further crimes on innocent citizens. The common excuse that these dangerous criminals fell through the cracks is not acceptable when our fellow citizens are being killed, raped, and otherwise harmed by these invaders. These politicians must be held accountable when lives and families are destroyed by illegal aliens who go on to commit other crimes. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. God bless America.